Not only is toilet training your kids time consuming, it can also get extremely messy. But a mum of 5 in the US decided to skip the nappies and toilet train her kids from the start through elimination communication. So how did she do it? Well, Andrea Olson joins us via Zoom from North Carolina. Good morning, Andrea.
Good morning. How are you?
Very well, thank you. So what is elimination communication and how does it work?
Well, it's basically what all human babies have done for all of human history and what people around the world where they don't have diapers do. We're following babies' instincts. We're all mammals and we don't like to soil ourselves or our den. Just like when you're crate training a puppy, they won't go in the crate. A baby resists going in their diaper and we just teach them to go into the diapers against their instincts.
Wow. Firstly, how may we worship you as a god? And secondly, talk us, how does it actually practically work? Because this is amazing if it does.
It's amazing. Babies are totally capable and they're born either signaling that they need to go. Like if you start with a newborn, they totally tell you when they need to go. You just have to figure out exactly what they're saying. And then also it works because, well, with a toddler or a young child who just wants to do everything themselves, they're totally born ready to do this. And we go off of their signals. We learn their natural timing. We see how often they go to the bathroom. And the biggest thing, you guys, is that we use the diaper or a nappy as a tool instead of a toilet from the very beginning.
So talk us through it. Are you literally putting them on the toilet before they can even sit themselves up, or do you need special equipment, and is it more time consuming than the other way?
Oh, yeah. Well, I save time. I will go into a bathroom, potty a 6-month-old baby. He'll poop in the toilet while a woman is changing a blowout diaper and still doing it 10 minutes later. So I've saved tons of time. There's a little potty here that's for newborns. It's called a top hat potty. You hold it between your legs and you basically hold your baby underneath the thighs leaning against you and can do this from the very first hours of their life. And it's kind of a point and shoot thing until they're able to sit up on their own, and then you start to use a small potty.
Wow. So even when they're just a few hours or days old, you watch their face or whatever for signs that they're about to go, and then you pop them over a bowl in your lap. And that's physically how it works.
That's physically how it works with a newborn. So all of us have a hormone that keeps us from soiling ourselves or peeing our pants when we're sleeping. I know I don't do that. Hopefully you guys don't do that anymore. Babies are the same way. So right when they wake up, they have to go. That hormone wakes up or wears off. So they wake up and you hold them over something. And 9 times out of 10, they'll go if they're just brand new babies because of those instincts and hormones.
Wow.
And what do you do when you're out and about?
Oh, I bring one of these with me. I always offer when I arrive somewhere inside my car, I'll offer to the baby so that, especially a newborn, they poop all the time. I want to make sure to get that in the potty. I'll bring it inside, dump it in the toilet wherever I am, do my shopping, have them in the baby carrier. And then before we leave, I'll offer one more time before the car seat. And then my baby's totally relaxed and comfortable and doesn't have to soil himself.
Wow. Is this 100% successful, or is the car seat sometimes cop it?
The car seat is sometimes really relaxing, so sometimes they will go. But that's why we who do EC, we use a diaper as a backup. So whenever we miss each other, it is there to catch it. But by the time they're walking, we get rid of the diapers because that's the time when they're totally capable of wrapping up the process.
Wow. So from a bit after a year old or whatever, whenever they're walking about, they're not wearing nappies and they are toilet trained.
Yeah, well, basically, it's a little bit of a timeline to teach them all the ropes, especially wiping. That sort of takes the longest. But generally, if you take your kid out of diapers when they start walking and put them into underwear and elastic pants, they rise to the occasion. It's basically what our grandparents and our great-grandparents did. When their kids started walking, they just started using the toilet and they were done.
What do you say to critics who might disagree with this method?
Well, I, for one, am not here to convert anyone, but I have 5 children, ages 1 to 8 years old, and I haven't had to potty train any of them. I've hardly had to change maybe 5 poopy diapers per child in their babyhood, and I haven't had to potty train any of them. They were all out of diapers by walking. So if anybody thinks that sounds great and they try EC, usually it's just pretty easy. Babies are so capable of doing this. So I never really try to convert anybody. And if it doesn't sound appealing, no worries. But I do want to say that people who do it super part-time have so much success. It's an exposure technique. So you're exposing them to the potty from an early age, anywhere from 0 to 18 months. So you don't really have to do this major traumatic toilet training later.
Wow. Look, it sounds I'm very glad this is behind me, but it sounds absolutely fascinating.
Yeah. Why isn't this being taught in every single school in the country? I don't understand.
Andrea, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Greatly appreciate it.
Thanks, Andrea.
Thank you for having me.